All right. Hello, everyone. We are Peace and Power, and as they said, your last team before the intermission, so thank you for bearing with us. We're here to talk about our merchandise campaign for Unlocal today. So we're going to look at this project through the lens of Julia. Julia was personally impacted by the broken immigration system when her parents were detained by ICE. And this made the immigration advocacy work in her life shift from an advocacy lens where she volunteered to something deeply personal. And it challenged Julia to eventually join the Unlocal staff, where she now works as a program manager. And she is focused in this next phase on engaging in a campaign that will connect allies citywide. And our merch is going to help her do that.
So Julia, what is this organization that she's working for? So Unlocal is focused on bringing legal education and representation to immigrants across New York. So in New York, there are 3.1 million immigrants who call this amazing city home, and they have built this city and belong here. But obviously, the political climate currently is in a state of chaos and violence, and it is our job to stand up and continue the fight. So in terms of why does this matter and what is Unlocal's kind of issue that they brought to us? So they really wanted to kind of make it clear that almost all of us have come from somewhere else to then be in New York. And that's not a weakness, that is a strength in New York City, that we create this unique fabric and culture. Yes, it's amazing. And we want our merchandise to not just be an object, we want it to be part of the fight and really continue this resistance. Oop, sorry about that. So back to our name, we have peace and power. So how does that signify back to Unlocal? So when immigrants walk into Unlocal, we want them to feel like they belong, and they feel that sense of peace and community. But then outside Unlocal, on the streets, we want them to feel empowered, and we want them to feel like we are fighting for them and we're not gonna back down. So the first part of our merch line is t-shirts. So our first slogan is 5 boroughs fighting back. And this is paired with the iconic Statue of Liberty torch, which is really, really important because the Statue of Liberty is a symbol of sanctuary for immigrants in New York and honestly across the world. And we really want to just bring that message in and make it feel really strong and like a home. Our next slogan is Every New Yorker Started New. And this ties back to the Unlocal mission that all New Yorkers once, sort of came here and are now calling it home, and that's beautiful. That should be something that is celebrated and is part of the fight. And our last slogan is Abolish ICE, bringing awareness to the fact that we need to continue the fights against the illegal actions of this federal enforcement agency and stand up and be loud and resist.
Yeah, so we have a background for all 3 t-shirts, and it's supposed to be a call for action with our beautiful design with the colors representing New York, beautiful skyline, and a QR code that actually goes to an AI chatbot. And click next. You can actually scan this, so feel free to scan that. And this is our demo. It's supposed to go to, you can learn about a Q&A about Unlocal, anything that you want, legal stuff. And there are links. And there's actually a translate to Spanish mode, which we would implement like other languages, which is supposed to be a juxtaposition for how Unlocal wants to support marginalized communities for legal and education purposes. And we want to support those communities within there that might not have English proficiencies to help support them and be able to learn more about Unlocal and fight for our cause.
So first they'll start by wearing our t-shirt, and then we encourage them to join the fight through our bandana campaign. So the series of bandanas we're showing on the screen are all inspired by the unique cultures and communities that make up New York City. We'd continue to add to this campaign and these selections as it grew. And we also have one here in the signature Unlocal colors to kick it off. The bandanas would be a part of a campaign called Not Alone, where we would ask our existing allies to take 2 bandanas, one to wear themselves and one to pass on to someone else to spread the message, continuing to spread these bandanas across the city and creating moments where this becomes an information tool on supporting immigrant rights over the next 16 weeks from launch through Election Day, keeping it on the minds of voters in New York City as they elect their next political leaders as well. Here we'll show a mock-up of what this campaign might look like. So to bring this campaign to life, thank you. To bring this campaign to life, we'll just briefly mention that we have 3 components. Of course, our tagline, a participation in the online publication of this, and then also our launch moment, which would happen in person. We're hoping in partnership with Transportation Alternatives, another one of our nonprofits here today, where we would show up at City Streets events and launch our campaign for Not Alone, distributing bandanas, engaging the community, and like we said, continuing that campaign through Election Day. Thank you so much for taking your time with us today. New York is a home for everyone who lives here, and we want to make sure we support On Local and leading that way there.